All right, here we go. Leaving milepost 85 behind, continuing to turn. So according to the GPS, we're around about 190, it keeps bouncing around about 190 degrees or so. Sun is just starting to peek up above the trees there. Try to keep my head turned that way, which is not easy when you're pulling the dog. Okay, so we're in through a rock cut here, so I'm going to reuse the footage we shot this morning. Okay, next rock cut. Whew, lots of them on this line here, or on this section. So here you can see, again, I don't know if this section would have been blasted out. It is some distance from the grade, but certainly it gets close here. Here you can see there's a piece of telegraph pole. Right in there. Looks like another piece of it here. So, not particularly high here. This is probably 10-12 feet. Maybe a little bit more. I don't know. Probably close to that. Here you can see it starts getting a little higher on this side. You can see the sun starting to pop out here. So we're starting to get that backlighting here. Here it gets a little bit taller. Maybe 15 feet. You'll notice the very almost sandstone-like nature of the rock. It's very soft. You can see it's all kind of eroding in spots. Again, you can see the layers, which is kind of indicative of that type of rock. Very sedimentary like rock. So here again, the last little piece of the cut, probably got to be over 15 feet. Again, we're kind of backlit here. You can see the how the rock was formed. Again, you can see the very soft nature here. So here the rock cut comes to an end. So if we kind of pan back, you can see it a little bit better. Okay, so let's continue moving our way to the west. Okay, let's continue on here. Try to keep my head down since the sun is like literally right at the camera. Bad spot of ballast here. Lately I've been doing more rides on the Grand Trunk Pacific line, the Graham subdivision of CN, and there's no ballast issues because it was used as a road. Oh my god, ballast is just a killer. Okay, let's zip you ahead a little bit here. Okay, so we're still plodding along here. Got a little bit of rock work. You can see some here on the, I guess, west side now. Some here on the east side. The dog and the trailer are like a boat anchor. My god. Ballast is so bad. Let's see if I can. I hate crossing the thing here. The center rut. it's so thick in there. We're coming up to a really big rock cut. You can see the beautiful full colors. I apologize if you're getting glare. Not much I can do about that. 11:08. Oh. Okay, let's zip you ahead again. Okay, as we about to come to a rock cut, I think. If you look through the trees, maybe we can see a little bit better up here. You can see, oh man, that bell is terrible. You can see the lake a little bit better. Oh my God, my back. Looking back that way. So again, that's Lake Nipigon, and this is this bay that's formed. So this bay is known as Pijitawabik or Pijitawabik Bay. This is the northern part. The southern part becomes Orient Bay. Now, I did hear a story from someone whose home community is coming up here. So thanks to Joanne for this. So she was told by an elder that there is a mistranslation with the word Pijitawabik. It should be Biinjitiwaabik, which is similar to the name of the community. So Lake Nipigon is absolutely huge. Some people call it another Great Lake. Just a massive, massive body of water. I think I read somewhere one time that it said it was about the size of the state of Rhode Island. So just absolutely gigantic. Okay, so speaking of gigantic, we have a big rock cut coming up here. So we're gonna get to the start of the rock cut, and then once again we'll reuse the well, not reuse, but we'll use the footage that we shot earlier this morning. Probably a little bit better. The sun is now peaked up over the top of the ridges there, so might get some sun in the lens of the camera. Okay, so let's use that footage to work our way forward. All right, here we go through this cut. So you're going to see that most of the rock we're going to be taking a look at is on the east side, obviously, as we're skirting the eastern side of this bay. A little bit on the west side, but so here you can see right away it gets extremely tall. We're well over 20 feet here, probably pushing maybe close to 25 up there. Don't worry, it gets higher. So here you can actually see the marks from the drill. Which is neat. So again, by this point in history, they're now using power drills to place the charges. So here you can see up there, we're probably 30 feet. Again, beautiful views here of Pijitawabik Bay. Here you can almost see the rock is almost like a sandstone. It's almost like it. You can see it's all kind of eroding. It's very soft. Again, just the challenges of constructing. You know, yeah, they're bringing in power drills and stuff, but you know, it's not like they have big, massive excavators like today, and they're scooping away all the rock and things like that. A lot of things are still being done by hand. So here's where we start getting into the really high point. So here again, you can see we're probably close to 30 feet up there. And then here is where we get into the extreme height here. This is probably, along with, there's a spot by Pass Lake, just between Pearl and Pass Lake, where there's an extremely high cliff. But that one's hard to tell if they actually blasted it out, but that looks like they blasted it out up there. I don't know how tall that is. I don't know, 50 feet, maybe more. When I pan back, you'll see it a little bit better. We're a little bit backlit here. Just look at the size of this cut here. Again, I don't know if this is the original cliff or if this would have been all blasted out. So in a second here, I can pan back and show you. Again, you can see the very layered nature of the rock. You can see all the, all the segments, all the compressions of the rock. So if we pan back here, you can really see the height way up there. So just a massive, massive cliff. Here again, you can see another drill mark, a couple drill marks. So you can see one there and one there. Again, you can see the very layered nature of the rock and basically how it was formed. And so then there's a little piece over here. Again, we don't know what the clouds are going to do here. There's a little bit of cloud kind of obscuring the sun right now, but the sun might pop out. That's why we're sort of pre-recording this now. You can see some of the rock has come down here. Okay, so this brings us to the end of the rock cut. So what we're going to do is continue on to the west, and we're going to be arriving at the next First Nation community momentarily. Okay, so let's resume our journey here. So we're coming up to we have a couple points of interest here. We're coming up to the next First Nation community here. My back is a disaster. So we have another rock cut here. I don't remember if I recorded it or not. If I did, we'll use whatever footage is the best. All right, here we go through this rock cut. Not particularly long, decently high. Pretty much mostly on the east side. So you can see here we're probably got to be about 15 feet or so. Up here a little bit more. Maybe we've got to be pushing closer to 20 feet here. And again, just keeping with the rocky nature here as we skirt alongside of the bay. And we're going to see more as we continue pushing to the west. And the last vestiges sort of continue here. Holy Christ. Oh. Okay, I'll try to keep my head down here so I don't get glare. Hard to see where I'm going, but there is some high cloud, which helps. Okay, so we're coming up to our next point of interest here. So, two things here. First of all, we've arrived at milepost 86. So again, that is the mileage on the Kinghorn. The original lines, that would have been 36.3. So there's a culvert down here. So when I was here in 2011, on my way down, I saw the milepost marker and I dragged it up here. It was brutal because it's heavy. I dragged it up here, but obviously it's gone. So what we're going to do is I'm going to show you the video of the milepost marker, and then I'm going to show you the culvert. We have the mileage marker, the milepost marker, so milepost 86. Now, a couple of very important lessons I've learned. That milepost marker was actually down right in the tree line down there, and I actually dragged it up so we could see it and we could videotape it. So kind of a few kind of important things that you kind of learn when you're doing things like that. Some of these embankments are really, really high, and dragging a metal milepost marker up the side of the embankment is really, really hard. I was pretty gassed, and maybe I pulled it up maybe 15 feet or 20 feet. Like, it was, those things are pretty heavy. Okay, so we're down here below the level of the grade. We're at the all right, so we're down here below the level of the grade. We're on the western side of this creek crossing, and you can see we have a very, very large, probably 5-foot diameter concrete culvert. You can see there is quite a bit of water that's flowing through. Looks in pretty good shape, other than this one kind of end piece, and this is probably a result of kind of undermining of the water, kind of taking away all the dirt underneath it. So you can see there is a kind of a fragment here, but the rest of it actually looks in pretty good shape. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to work our way down and go take a look at what's happening on the eastern side. Okay, so we're down here on the east side of this embankment and this creek crossing. We're probably about 50 feet down. Feels like a million miles to come down here. And so we can see the eastern side of this culvert opening. Again, looks like it's in pretty good shape. Again, you can see the size of it. It's a very large 5-foot diameter culvert. And you can see pretty unobstructed down to the other end. And you can see the water still flowing pretty well through the culvert. So what we're gonna do is try to hike back up to the grade and then just continue pushing our way south through these two communities here.